so much fun. And honestly, that was one of the first times I've been able to do something of like that magnitude, and this is one of the first things the show's kind of entrusted me to come to and kind of be part of the publicity squad, and it's such a cool experience for me. It's very fun.
And now you're one of them.
I'm one of the crew now, so that's cool. Thank you.
Your character's going through a lot.
A lot.
So can you tease anything coming up?
Oh boy, what can I tease? Well, I mean, yeah, because I guess the people who are watching this have not seen the 15 minutes that we had just seen. Okay, so I'll take it from where they know. Obviously, we're going to come to me and Eliza's character, Clarke, obviously being still stuck in Polis, and obviously I think we need to decide if we're trying to find a way out of Polis, obviously, because it's a pretty volatile place to be right now, especially for us, for anyone from Sky Crew and that kind of crew. So I think what I can tease is that this upcoming episode, you're going to see us kind of weigh our options of what we can do. And I think honestly, one of the coolest things is going to be seeing me and Eliza get to work together, because it's a very rare thing, and we haven't really done it since midway through season 2. And I think those two characters together is a pretty cool thing. I think what comes with that is that we've kind of spent some more time with him on camera, because before you just kind of saw his actions and see kind of the bit of a sinister guy that he can be sometimes when a situation is a certain way with him. But I don't ever see it as redemption for him, because in my own head, I always obviously had to be on Murphy's side, being the one playing him. So I never thought he needed redemption. But I can see from the outside how this clearly the arc he's on is a bit of a redemption arc. So yeah, I think that'll continue, and what I guarantee you will continue is that we're going to keep learning more and more about Murphy and the kind of guy he really is inside, and what his morals are.
Well, obviously now that Kane and Sinclair have been imprisoned because of Monty following his mother, it's very tricky, because he has an allegiance to the 100 after everything they've been through together for the past 5 months. But his mother raised him. That's the past 15 years. So it's very difficult, even if she's on the wrong side of history. He doesn't want to turn his back and abandon her now that her husband / his father is dead as well. So hopefully they'll be able to figure things out, but yeah, it won't be easy. It won't be as black and white as everyone's making it out to be. Well, I think that's the big thing about Season 3. Monty's finally finding his own sense of agency and acting for himself instead of for Clarke, for Jasper, for his mother. What does he want? And I think that's something that I'm just discovering as well as we move forward. So.
I love where Jasper's going. I think it's so true to see a character actually going through the PTSD that he's actually going through. There's so many things that happen on the show that our characters kind of just push through it, and it's nice to see, someone really processing all of the things that have happened. Also, I love, playing Jasper the exact opposite of how he's been since the pilot, which is just so consumed in darkness. It's interesting. It's hard not to blame Monty for the death of Maya, along with Clarke and Bellamy, especially someone that was so close to him, like a brother. It pains Jasper deeply, and I don't think he understands that Monty was just doing what had to be done. It's difficult. I mean, they had the big blowout, and I think now they're just going to take some space from each other. Hopefully they can both learn to accept all of the things that happened. But it's a difficult friendship. I mean, I've never murdered any of my friends' girlfriends, so I can't really relate. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey. And I love that we're seeing Jonty go through all of the stages of friendship and also grief, and yeah, it'll be an interesting journey. Hopefully they get back together though, because nothing makes me happier than Monty and Jasper together.
Look, I kind of see that in a different perspective. I think that Bellamy in season 1 is very much as you described, but I felt like in season 2, for me, especially playing it, it was about him finding peace and finding redemption for what he had done in season 1, where he threw away the radio and he killed all those people inadvertently, and that was a selfish act on his behalf to save his own skin. So I felt like season 2 he goes on a suicide mission. He puts his life at risk because he feels like he needs to make it up to these people, these kids, who he has played a huge part in killing their parents. So he owes it to them to do that. He feels like he should give his life for that. And at the end of season 2, I feel like I feel that Bellamy felt that he had done that. He'd done what he needed to do. And so back in season 3, he's back on that same front where he's like, we need to live this way and make, aggressive actions in order to establish our lifestyle. And that's why Pike's ideology is aligned with Bellamy's. So whether he does, I think that it's always a back and forth, and he is always, making mistakes and makes some decisions that aren't necessarily right. But as the season goes along, he'll be challenged with, bigger questions than just his actions. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that and going forth from there.
The chip. I feel like it actually makes a lot of sense, as in she was in so much pain with her body, also with her heart and just her mind, as far as like being so depressed and angry and going through like everything, you would go through with everything she's been through. In her way, her own like PTSD, basically. So I think it makes it's human to take the chip. It's human to want to feel happy and to want to feel better and to forget your problems. And it's like, she drank as much as she could. She can't really run away from anything. So, you've seen her try to have sex through her problems. And so now she's reaching through this as a new way to cope. So I think it's very human of her to do it.
Not really. No, she doesn't. She's grieving. There's no way around that. But in this next episode, she's going to be faced with Ontari coming back and basically saying, I'm going to be the next commander and I'm going to wipe out your people. So she's had to kind of figure out a way to deal with Lexa to cope and move on with this really urgent matter, which is obviously what Clarke does every time somehow. I think like the one thing that I really am really happy about, and something that I think gives Clarke a reason to carry on, is the fact that she has to believe that Lex is in this AI, and she does. She truly believes it, that she's in there, and as long as she keeps this safe, she's got her, So it's all about making sure it doesn't go into Ontari's head.
Well, I feel like we have now reached the point in the season where all roads lead to the flame. The thing that came out of Lex's head really is the MacGuffin. Everybody wants it. The new commander, whoever wins the conclave, is going to need it to ascend. You fight to the death and then you put it in your head. I don't know if you guys saw the clip, so you cut. No, okay, I won't ruin it then. But the new commander needs it to ascend. Clarke wants to make sure that the right person gets it to carry on Lex's legacy and make sure that her people aren't going to be wiped out by whoever gets it next. Allie, in the other story, has been looking for it for 100 years, and she wants it. And so, all roads lead to the flame, and it becomes a very focused story post-episode. 9 is a different story. It's a very emotional episode, and it has a lot of things in it that will be hard for people to watch, but it's a very special episode in many ways. But the story of the flame from the Arcadia side of it, from Allie's side of it, is taking a week off. In 10 is when that really begins to ramp up in a huge, huge way.